It's your boy, David Attenborough Senpai. Today on Waifu Planet, we will be talking about dogs and their pre-evolved counterparts, wolves. Before we dive into how they appear in anime, it is first important to establish what they've been doing for the past 750,000 years before anime was invented. Wolves originally came from Eurasia, but migrated all over the world. This has seen regional variants of wolf, such as the Arabian wolf, the Arctic wolf, and the Wall Street wolf. But at some point, someone domesticated the wolf, which I imagine took a process of throwing a stick, expecting the wolf to bring it back and not tear the limbs off whoever threw the stick. One effect of domestication is that many aspects of the wolf have become shorter. Not only did their bodies become so tiny that you could tuck them into your jacket pocket, but the wolf's trademark howl also shortened from "awoo" to wolf. But I suppose there is an advantage to that, because dogs no longer have to live with the embarrassment of their originally blood-curdling cry now being appropriated by furries. Although the dog's bark is not only worse than its bite, it is also international, as wolf in English is wong in Japanese, but that can be said in a way that sounds like wow. Famous examples of Japanese dog include Onanoki, Kate Bush, and that guy from Montage Parodies whose name I don't know, and who is now too much of a dead meme for me to bother looking up. But on the subjects of contexts where people say wow, Beastars. First of all, wow, that animation. Second of all, wow, the writing is good. And third of all, wow, it's really taking 3 months before Season 2 gets out of Netflix jail. There are 3 notable canines in the anime so far. The first being Jack, an absolute fella who refuses to dog the boys, even though he is a literal dog. We also have Juno, who is the wolf equivalent of Mommy from Rent a Girlfriend, except Mommy can be kind of cute sometimes. She thirsts after MC Legacy without relent, and sometimes loses out to a creature that Legacy is biologically programmed to want to murder. She's a grey wolf, and she doesn't even look grey. Even her biology is a liar. But of course, we must mention the protagonist, Legacy. This wolf wants to prove how carnivores can coexist with herbivores, but is constantly being told by mysterious voices in his head that he should perform disgusting and indecent acts. These voices are, of course, the Beastars fanbase. But it is worth noting that he is the same age as Jack, despite the fact wolves and dogs age at different rates. This implies that time works differently in the Beastars universe, and this might explain why, despite coming out in 2019, it's getting nominated for fucking everything at the 2020 Crunchyroll Awards. But now another anime by Netflix, which also features wolves, BNA. Being newly accessible from last year, this show features a full-on religion devoted to a figure called the Silver Wolf. There's even a cult where blatant nutters amass. Although they are a big nuisance as, the real Silver Wolf is this one fella who wears a collar, which looks kind of weird since I think it's a bad neck attachment. But how he has been able to hide this despite him being a Silver Wolf and saving people just like the all-powerful Silver Wolf is not really explained. That's a bit nonsensical actually. Hey, that one had a hyphen on it. Also in this universe is a restaurant known as Dogway, which to me doesn't sound like a parody of Subway, but sounds like someone put the phrase doggy style through Google Translate 5 times. I can't think of a way to get a BNA acronym in there, so I suppose that was a gimmick that started good, but now awful. Now the grammar has gone completely out the window, let's continue. One thing about dogs is that their absence marks a serious darkening in the tone. For example, Cowboy Bebop is at its darkest when it's just Spike Spiegel dealing with his past, but it's at its lightest when it's about a dog getting absolutely pinged. The original 1969 Dororo features a dog, I think. I mean, it was in the opening, so it was probably there in the actual anime itself. However, the 2019 anime sees the dog getting told to fuck off in the first episode, because this is a mature anime, despite the fact the 2 protagonists have a combined mental age of 12. And in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, something something episode 4, something something Nina and Alexander, something something traumatizing, something something I'm so original. So there you have proof that the absence of dogs is a sign that everything has gone to shit. Well, technically in that last example, the dog was still there, it's just not where it should have been. Or what it should have been, for that matter. But the wolf is rather prevalent in anime movies. There's Jinro, the Wolf Brigade, which features one of my favorite glowy helmets in fiction, and fiction creates some of the best glowy helmets out there. Wolf Children is about children who are also wolves. You can probably tell that I haven't actually watched that one. But as for an anime movie with wolves that I've actually watched, Princess Mononoke is about a girl who was literally raised by wolves, and because of this she knows their special healing technique, which is sucking their... Sorry, their... Come on, I can understand why YouTube doesn't like people showing on screen, but now I can't even say the word. Come on, I'll spell it out right now. B-L-O-O-D. Get your mind out the fucking gutter. But we must look at hot dogs as well as the type of dog. For example, we have the special dog from SSSS Gridman. This is a hot dog with more toppings than is physically possible. We also have the wieners from Kaguya-sama Lover's War, which are hot dog sausages without buns, which sounds like a bad idea until you remember how fucking nice pepperonis taste. But the most famous hot dog in anime is of course Danny from JoJo's. He was probably pretty hot in that oven. Now for a behind-the-scenes look on Beyond Waifu Planet. We have a veteran cameraman with the Waifu Planet series, and throughout all his experiences, this is one that could possibly claim his life. Come on. Come on. Just get it over with. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Unfortunately, this is the last footage of Otaku Without Ideas that we could find before his head was carried out on a pike by a crowd chanting, "You've mogued your last mogu." But I want to leave you on an insightful message. You should make it your duty not to submit to people who do dog impressions. While Korone is excused because she's bloody adorable, if you see a real person doing a dog impression, you should stay away, as that kind of behavior is what we call well cringe mate. There's no circumstance in which doing a dog impression is in any way sexy. I take back everything I've said.